All right, guys. Today, I want to explain to y'all here. So today, I'm going to be explaining who actually should be the real president. So they're maybe wondering, oh, like Hillary Clinton, Rob DeSantis. Listen, 2024 is not that far away. Joe Biden, I mean, I don't really mind him, honestly. Trump, he's been in there already. And DeSantis, he's the Florida governor. Just keep him Florida. Because I got some actual president candidates that actually work. Obviously, I'm not none of these are probably running for president, but yeah. But obviously, but just letting you know, Kanye West is not on this list. That is just a joke. Kanye West is just a joke. Yeah, that is all a joke. But I'm gonna give y'all 5 presidential candidates, 5 people who actually should be president. So we're gonna be looking at people who are actually eligible. I'm actually gonna be looking at eligible people. So like I can't choose myself to be president. Dude, I'm only a sophomore in high school. Barely. I'm actually barely a sophomore in high school. I just finished freshman year, so I'm obviously way far away. So I've over half my life until I can become eligible. We'll be looking at American citizens and all that. Yeah, we'll be looking at people who can actually run the country very well. So yeah, I'm gonna give y'all 5 people who should run for president. And no, we're not gonna go unoriginal like Donald Trump or something, or Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders or something. Okay. I want actually something like a wild card, like real fun. Now, before we get started, just let y'all know I am as independent as you can be. Pretty much hate everything politics related. I don't like it at all. See, I'm not gonna go on to say like, oh, like blah blah blah, our country's in hell right now. I'm not gonna say that because I don't really think we're in that position. Knock on wood. Yeah, I mean, sure, we do need to control the shootings, obviously, but at least we're not like North Korea where like communist is crap. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give y'all 5 people who I think should run for president. All right, so let's get started. Before we get started, criteria, they have to be eligible, so they have to be like 35 or above, whatever the flip the limit is. Requirements to be eligible for president. Swear to God, I forget it. All right, here we go. So they are natural born citizen in the U.S. So like, yeah, they have to be in the U.S. Which all of these I assume are from the U.S. I am really fact checking right now. You could reply Hinton right now, like, oh, he's typing in Vin Diesel or something. No, I'm not typing in Vin Diesel. Spoiler. But it has someone who looks like Vin Diesel. I think they should run. Yeah. But excuse me, yeah. But like, these are people who I think should actually run for president. Like honestly, they would actually make decent from decent to actually really good presidents, and even fun. Yeah. Actually, yeah. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. So by the way, we'll be posting a lot more this summer. I mean, I'm available. Jack's getting out soon. Um, like Friday or Thursday, I think, is when he's getting out. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. I'm already out of school. My friends are getting out of school. Now Isaiah's moving, so he won't be moving far. He's only like moving like a couple miles north. That's all. So he'll still be in range. That's good. I mean, might or may not have him on a video soon. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. First, so all these guys, they are naturally born U.S. citizens. They are at least 35 years old. Um, in fact, the youngest person I have on here is 44. No, excuse me, 38. Sorry. Um, and I assume they've been in the US for 14 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I'm not going to say what party they run in. Like, well, I'm not going to say what party I think they should run in or anything like that. I mean, I might assume, I'll probably assume which party they can run. Yeah. Anyways, let's do this. Let's start out. First, this guy actually considered running for president. We have the one and only Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Hear me out. So this guy, this guy, if you don't know who he is, he's the bald headed dude. Like he's like super jacked. He probably has like a 17 billion pack at this point. He's been in movies. He's been on a football team. He owns a football league, the XFL. He's pretty much done it all. He has rock toast. Yeah. There's that. Dwayne Johnson. I think he actually considered running for president. He was like, yeah. I think I don't know if this year would be a good year, but maybe like 2028 when there's that. Well, I don't know what the actually maybe 2028 when he's actually prepared. I don't know. But 2024. I think 2024 would actually be really cool. I'm not saying these guys will represent. I doubt these guys. Well, Dwayne might. The Rock might run for president, but I don't think like some new other people are run for president on this list. Who knows? I think Dwayne Johnson. I think if anyone's gonna do it, I think he could end obesity. Like make people a little more healthier. He just jack. I think he should make it a national cheat day where all you eat is rock toast. Okay, I'm just kidding, but I think he could. Obviously, I think he could let. He seems like a genuine person. Actually, president. He is pretty smart, from what I can tell. He's not dumb or like overly polarizing or anything. He hasn't done anything really to piss anyone off. Honestly, he hasn't done much to piss anyone off. Nothing like extreme to piss anyone off. He's also a good-looking dude. That's always a fact. That's obviously a good factor too. Yeah. And he's very strong. So I think people are going to fear him when they try to if anyone tries to fight us. Yeah. But I think Dwayne Johnson, he could actually make a pretty good president. Yeah. This next one, I think this guy actually make a really good president. And heck, you could bring back the best genre of music ever. I guess. Next up, I have none other than Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine. First of all, very underrated guitarist. I I like his songs. He's in Rage Against the Machine. Hi. Okay, sorry, this is a really bad start. Some of those were their forces. Are the I think he can make. Yeah, that obviously. Sorry, that was a really bad intro to that segment I just did. Yeah, I won't do that again, I promise. But I think Tom Morello, he can make a really good president. He did go to Harvard, and he is I think he's like 59. He's 58 years old. Sorry, it's close enough. He's a really good guitarist, and he's a very, very smart human being. So he's like very smart too. So he'd make a really good president. Plus, he practices his guitars a lot. I think that could really help presidents to see like you can do whatever it takes to be successful. I think whatever it takes to be successful for him to be a great guitarist. Whatever I think he could do that. Whatever it takes to be successful, make us even better country. Yeah, but Tom Morello, he's 58, so he can run for president. Oh, I forgot to mention The Rock is, I think he's 51. I almost said 52. Why my numbers one off by one? Yeah, plus Rage. Listen, I know people are gonna be like, oh, Rage Against the Machine. They're too dirty. Shut up. Come on. It's Tom Morello. Come on. He's a super good guitarist. He went to Harvard. I mean, what else can I say? Man's a genius. I think he could actually make a really good candidate. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Next one. This guy actually went to Harvard as well. No, I'm not picking people that strictly went to Harvard, but I think this guy, he would actually make an epic president. We all like just like no, not Buddy Holly himself. He's been dead for a long time. Rest in peace, by the way. Rivers Cuomo. I think he'd actually make a legit president. This guy is super smart. As well. I could definitely see him like running in like the Democrat race. That would make a lot of sense, honestly. Um, but Rivers Cuomo, he just seems like the kind of person to actually be a really good president. He's a very nice guy. He has a very he had an awesome mullet when I saw him live 2 years ago. That was amazing. I might see him live again in a couple weeks. I don't know. Probably not, but we'll see. I might want to go see him with Jack, but he's got stuff going on. Probably. Um, but as I see a picture of him stick up the middle finger like that. Yeah, Rivers Cuomo though. Very very smart too. I think he actually make a really good president. Plus, he's young for like a president. People like presidents these days are like not like been around. It's like World War II or something. But I think Rivers Cuomo, he could actually be a really good president. Plus, he's very smart. Very nice guy. Very successful with Weezer. Now, people are gonna be like, "Oh, we have to hear da 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 all the time." Come on, it's a great song. Come on. Now, the only people I think people, wow, I said people a lot there. Okay, I think the only reason why some people wouldn't vote for him is they would mistaken him being related to people who don't like these people. They would mistaken him for being related to Andrew or Chris Cuomo. I don't really know much about them, so I'm obviously not gonna say anything about them. But I think people who don't really like uh, Chris and Andrew are gonna get confused with Rivers Cuomo. Guys, it's not the same Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo. I completely forgot completely forgot which Cuomo he is. Andrew Cuomo was the governor of New York. Chris Cuomo was on CNN at one point. Rivers Cuomo is the guitarist and singer, well, one of the guitarists and singer of Weezer. It's not the same person. They also look completely different too. I might be related like by like 50th cousin or whatever, but like I doubt they're like closely associated with each other. Come on. So people who don't like Andrew or Chris, do not get confused. They're completely different people. Well, I just call them Andrews. Andrew and Chris are blood related for sure. I think they are. I actually don't know. Well, I assume they are. I'm not trying to be biased or anything. Yeah, his siblings, Chris Cuomo. And doesn't say Rivers in here. Like his spouse is Carrie Kennedy. Children are Michaelia, or I can't pronounce it. Kennedy Cuomo, Cara Kennedy Cuomo, Mariah Kennedy Cuomo, and then the siblings are Chris Cuomo, Madeline Cuomo, Maria Cuomo, Cole, Margaret one Cuomo. Meanwhile, for Chris Cuomo, I'm sorry, this is like a completely useless segment, but Chris Cuomo, oh, just completely deleted that. Okay, that's just what I needed right now. Stupid website. All right. Spouses Christina Grievin Cuomo. Children Bella Cuomo. For the love of God, stop deleting it. I'm trying to read off. And then Andrew, and then the same siblings as Andrew, just Andrew's one siblings. The parents are Mario Matthew Cuomo and Matilda Cuomo. There was no Rivers Cuomo mentioned in that, so it's not the same person. Okay, I think I pretty much proved my point at this point. All right, next up, this guy, I'm gonna start to go a little sports related for these next two. This guy, now I've thought about someone else, but I think a lot of people aren't going to be the most like happy about it. I don't know. I think I have Drew Brees in this next one. Drew Brees, very successful quarterback. I think he's slightly underrated too. Um, and he's a great football player. He's very young for a president. 34. Let me see me 44. Uh, former 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 Saints quarterback. Who dat baby? And no, I'm not saying that. I'm not putting him on here just because he's a Saints player or a former Saints player. Um, I originally have Tom Brady, but I think people would probably. I don't think people would. I don't think a lot of people. I think there'd be a lot of people that wouldn't really like that. But I think Tom Brady actually. But I think plus I think Drew Brees actually makes more sense to me. Drew Brees, he's rich too. He owns a bunch of things in Louisiana. Basically, he could get votes from Louisiana, I guess, because and maybe California, because he used to play for LA. The LA Char well, it was the San Diego Chargers after that at the time, but still to California. Um, he's also from Austin, so he could get Texas votes. He played at Austin Westlake one. Still actually very good high school today for football. They didn't make the state championship this year, but I watched a lot of high school football. They're very good. They did play like North Shore, which they're like amazing. But yeah, Westlake's still very good. I think we'll get votes to Texas. And where's Purdue? I don't know where Purdue is. Yeah, I think it's in Indiana. That either that or Illinois. Where's Purdue at?
Okay, here's what I
No,
found.
not Purdue's Grill. Where is Purdue University at?
Okay, here's what I found.
Why does it keep on getting the word? Um, uh, Indiana. There you go. You could get Indiana votes. Yeah. Plus a lot of sports people love them. Well, unless if they're fans of any other NFC South team, but yeah. But my friend just made a dad joke. He said, when my mom says, get off that stupid phone, but it's a smartphone. I'm just replying, dad joke spotted. All right. Yeah, Drew Brees, he owns a lot of things. He seems like he's also seems like a very smart person too. He's a very nice person. Yeah. So I think um Drew Brees, he is kind of an underdog story. So I think he could be president as well. Of that. Yeah, I think he actually makes great decisions. All right. And then the last one, this one. Uh I think this guy is actually might be an underrated candidate. Yeah, I think Kyle Busch Kyle Busch is my last one. Kyle Busch, he currently drives for in NASCAR, the Richard Childress in the 8 car. No, not the 18 car anymore. In case you're wondering. He left that team, and Eminem's is not even in NASCAR anymore. Um, he Kyle Busch, he's won 2 championships. He's also has the most wins of NASCAR. You mean like, oh, Richard Petty has 200. He has the most wins. Talk about all 3 series. Richard Petty has never won in Truck Series. I don't even know if they even existed back then. I don't think they even existed back then. Whenever he was running, yeah. But Kyle Busch, knows he gets a lot of hate. I think a lot of it is back then, but don't get me wrong. He is very smart too. A lot of people, NASCAR fans, a lot of Kyle Busch haters going to vote for him, but Kyle Busch, he is very young for a president. He's very young for a president candidate, like a president. He is excuse me, he's 38 years old. Sorry if you hear my dog barking outside. He's probably mad someone's walking by. They're like, get out my property. You know, they don't even get. But Kyle Busch, he's now a lot now to ask like 10 years ago, but no, he's not even eligible. Okay, and also stuff, he was eligible back then. I would have been like, I would have probably said no. But now I think he's matured a lot more. I think he actually make a good president. Well, he can make polarizing moves, but I think he'd be great. I think he should run for like an independent party or something. I don't know his political standings or anything, but yeah. But there's that. Kyle Busch, he make a great candidate. Plus, he owns an NASCAR team too, so that he already knows how to run people. There's that. I know a lot. Now you know a lot of people watching like these are literally the stupidest reasons ever. Come on, this is just for entertainment purposes. Plus, I want to throw a wild card in there for president. Who I think would actually be the best of all these. I think either Tom Morello or Rivers Cuomo. I think Rivers Cuomo because Tom Morello is very close. Oh, this hard. I would actually get a tie with Tom Morello and Rivers Cuomo. If I had to get the average, maybe Cuomo about a little bit. I don't know. Actually, no, Tom Morello. I'm sorry. I'll just tie them. I think they actually was the best presidents. I think they're very smart. And I'm not saying that just because they're with the Argos, but like they're very smart too. They knew what it takes. I actually give Tom Morello the edge a little bit, but Rivers just super likable. Tom, super likable. So yeah. Anyways, who do y'all think should run for president? That's not the normies like Joe Biden, Donald Trump, DeSantis, whoever the flip is, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, whoever the flip is in the Libertarian or the Green Party. What kind of name is that? And Kanye West, obviously. Yeah. Anyways, y'all. Sorry, I have a tick going on. Oh, I hate ticks so much. I worked at the past. If you have ticks, and then you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, y'all, that is it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See you on the next one. Peace. Oh, I got some videos coming out. Tomorrow I'll probably have a video about the worst the worst YouTube feature that has ever been added to YouTube. Like the most useless, not about word, but most useless, the stupidest YouTube feature. And I mean as added, not removed, added. Although they removed it, although they actually removed it. And Wednesday, I'll have a video on proposing. Speaking of, if you're talking about The Rock, like we talked about earlier, why the XFL and the USFL. No, I'm not saying that they should have sex. Why they should merge together. Anyways, I guess what they should get married. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See you on the next one. Peace.